name's Lisa Dowdall and I am a violist. I teach here at the Royal Irish Academy of Music, and I also play a lot of contemporary music with crash ensemble and a lot of Baroque music, either in small groups or in orchestras. Today I'm going to talk about the viola, the Baroque viola, and then my new baby, the viola d'amore. I'll start with the normal viola. What I have actually is a converted violin. It used to be a violin, and some people in Edinburgh changed the bridge and the soundpost to convert it into a viola. I don't know why this works, but it really does. I'll just play the C string for you so you can hear the viola sound. I find this really handy for teaching, especially for younger kids or people who are smaller in size. I'm not the biggest person in the world, so it wouldn't be so obvious that I would play the viola, but I don't play this all the time, but I generally tend towards small violas just because I don't want to stretch too much and I want to be able to get around it more easily. So this was a great find for me, and I am getting my younger viola students to get converted violins to make their lives easier. So one thing I wanted to talk to you today about was scales. A lot of people think that this is really scary. I used to hate scales. They seemed like something like a math problem that I couldn't figure out. And then I realized how easy they are. And also, well, of course they're important, but how you learn a scale and it's never going to change. I'll just start with a very simple one, C major 1 octave. Of course, that's probably the easiest scale you can play, but when I'm playing scales, I really listen out for my intonation and my sound. That's why I play scales, because they are very easy. They're easier than pieces, but the main reason is so that you can improve your tone quality, your sound. I also think very much about my bow distribution. Before I play, I think, am I doing one note in a bow? Or am I doing 2 or 3 or 4? And I distribute the bow in my head before I start playing. And if I'm, say, doing 7 notes in a bow, I will divide the bow into 7 and then play each note a 7th of the bow. Also, I think if I'm doing separate bows, I may not want to do a whole bow per note. So if I want to do a half bow, I may start with a whole bow for the first note and then stay in the upper half and then do a whole note for the top and then stay in the lower half. This really helps me with getting the same sound in the upper half of the bow as in the lower half of the bow. Something very important as well for scales is pulse. To know what rhythm you're going to do, but also know the beat. So I generally give myself a lead in before I play. I'm going to play another scale. I'm going to start on G. So for me, it feels exactly the same fingerings and everything else, but I'm just starting 1 string higher. So with this one, I'm going to decide I'm going to play 3 notes in a bow, and before I start, I'm going to give myself a pulse. 1, 2, 3. generally for me, scales are the most important thing for playing. And what a lot of people, in my experience, do is they learn the fingerings, but they may not have looked to see what the bowing is for each particular scale. So it's very important, if you're doing separate or if you're doing slurred, how many notes you're slurring to a bow. And then, I can't say it often enough, the top thing for me in scales is intonation and sound.